spot located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. I mean, I tell the people, the pants them start fit. Yeah! You want now? Pinky Lou, my pants them not tight up on me like a you. Yes, my pants them start to fit, them start to have shape, my clothes them start look good. Since you started go back to City White Laundromat, located at 277 East 3rd Street in Mount Vernon. And you can call them right now. Their telephone number is 914-663-1738.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Hi, this is Carsa Tennant Newell, owner of Aurora Real Estate Solutions. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or renting a home in New York City or the state of Georgia, I can help. Remember, real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. Call me at 914-573-1922 to find out more. That's 914-573-1922. Or follow me on Instagram at Carsa Tennant Newell. That's Carsa Tennant Newell. I'm looking forward to earning your business.
This is Glacia, and you're listening to Lady D, Inside the Zone on Linkage Radio. Inside the Zone on Linkage Radio.
Thursday. Oopsie. It is Thursday. Greetings to my radio family. How are you all doing out there? How are you doing? I'm back. Yes, I was here on Monday, and it feels as though I wasn't here for a while. You know, that's because I keep looking forward. The moment I leave here on a Monday, I start mapping out in my mind what I'm going to do for Thursday. And then I can't wait. Oops. And I tell you, the life of the host, producer, presenter ain't easy, which means I'm doing everything. And I must get it right before I come to you, before I go live. Hello, everyone. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's Denise. Welcome to Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM. On Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. On Touch FM Radio 90.1. And Inside the Zone YouTube channel. Don't forget to hop on over to linkageradio.com. You can catch us on TuneIn. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, wealth management, life and health insurance, and food insecurity. On Monday, 5 to 7 p.m. and Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. 23 minutes after 6 o'clock. In this evening's feature of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect, is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. Not just a transaction, more of a relationship. Coming up next, Inspirational Zone. We get a praise on with great gospel music, followed by News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service, followed by Music Zone. Some more of that good old gospel. And what's in the zone? The dilemma of a 19-year-old. I'll tell you more. In Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. From the subject line this week, how some men so beer-face. How some men so beer-face. Boy, men, you're getting a whipping. And in From the Author's Zone, my interview at 7:30 p.m. is with Oral Patrick, author of Restorative Healing Begins with Rest, Mind, Body, Spirit. Oral wrote and published this book, which chronicles his healing journey and explains the healing techniques and overcoming breathing difficulties and PTSD after September 11 exposure. You don't want to miss that interview at 7:30. Well, a whole lot to do. 25 minutes after 6 o'clock, I need to get my praise on. How about you? Hello, everyone. Did I tell you? Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. And it's a good day. It's Thursday, and I'm here to keep your company. Yeah. I'm on the singing and carrying on. Singing and carryings on. Yeah, so hello everyone. What a good day it is. And you are here to keep my company until 7 o'clock. Oh my golly, golly, golly me. So good evening to everyone. It's a good day. As I said, it's Thursday, and I do have some music for you right now, so stick and stay with me. Don't you go anywhere. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez. Welcome everyone.
Stronger. Oh, oh, Lord, you make me stronger. Gracias, Jesus. Watch me. From Jamaica to the Caribbean, from Spain to Colombia, from Canada to the US, Uganda. What? You're my creator, Lord, you know my times, seasons of breakthrough, my seasons of trial. So I will seek you, and you I will find. You're my strong tower, in you I will hide. Help me now. You make me stronger. Oh, come on. Say, you make me stronger. I lift my spirit. Lord, I take your hand. You fix my focus. No, I know who I am. Sing that song. I used to run from battles, but you made me strong. Jesus, God strong and mighty. I am that I am. Help me say, you make me stronger. Anybody could have been dead, but you're still here. Say you make me stronger. Lift your voice. Sing it again. Say you make me stronger. For the things that you've been through, you could have been dead. You could have been walking on the street. But God has been good. He's a keeper. Puerto Rico, ¿cómo estás? We're gonna go down to Honduras, El Salvador, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela. We're gonna sing the song in Espanol. You ready? Help me. Woo! Usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, oh, come on. Usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, come on. Oh, usted me hace más fuerte. Oh, gracias, Jesús. Oh, uno. Usted me hace más fuerte. Gracias, Jesús. Oh, back to Jamaica. You make me stronger. Let me see the one that will. Help me say, you make me stronger. Let me see the hand them go. If you know you could have been bitter, but God make you. Oh, you make me stronger. Come on. Oh, Lord, you make me stronger. It's time to rejoice. Oh, God has been good. Listen, we're gonna do this in Swahili. Yeah. We're gonna go down to Mozambique, Malawi, Rwanda, Burundi, Zambia. We're gonna do this in Swahili. Yesu ufanya mimi yengu.
To those of you who are perhaps moving about out there, saying to yourself, you know, I need to it together with Lady this evening. Welcome everybody, and I know that you are okay. You're in a good mood. Life is good for you, I hope. No, nothing not happening yet. Well, you stick in there. And of course, coming up right after this, I'll be having my. Oh, okay. So, of course, I'll be having. Okay. So, to everyone, it's a good day. It's called, what is it called again? Thursday. And of course, to 5101 FM. You, everybody. So, if you're tuning in for the first time, I'd like to welcome you. Now it's time for me to take you to News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news, courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, September 15, 2022. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced a new gun amnesty that will allow persons to surrender their illegal firearm and ammunition without prosecution. He made the disclosure during a function on Wednesday. The amnesty is to run for a short period following the passage of the new Firearms Act, which is expected to be approved during tomorrow's sitting of the Senate. The new bill, which was passed by the House of Representatives on Tuesday, introduces stiffer penalties, including a minimum 15-year sentence for persons in possession of illegal guns.
Out of fairness and equity, out of enough forewarning, so that you can't come in front of the judge and say, Your Honor, I did not know. We will implement a period of amnesty. It will be left up, of course, to the Minister of National Security, who is here, and the Parliament to determine the form of the amnesty. But there will be an amnesty.
At the same time, the Prime Minister was quick to shut down detractors of the harsher penalties for the possession and trade of illegal guns and ammunition. He argues that the state cannot be ambivalent towards crime and violence in the society and must put tough measures in place to secure Jamaica.
Poverty is no excuse for seeking to have and using an illegal firearm. None. There are no freedom fighters here. There is no rebellion force here. Every Jamaican must be a law-abiding citizen.
Meanwhile, 328 new constables have been added to the ranks of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. The constables were presented on Wednesday during a graduation ceremony at the National Police College of Jamaica in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine. Prime Minister Andrew Holness commended the new recruits for answering the call to serve and protect. He says the state is on a deliberate recruitment drive to expand the JCF's membership and bring it in alignment with the size of Jamaica's population and the threats facing the country. 1,260 new JCF personnel were processed in the 2021-22 fiscal year, and Mr. Holness says the island is on track to recruit and train another 1,300 in this financial year.
Our recruiting strategy is working. We have expanded the number of training campuses that we have. We have improved and expanded our training capabilities. And we have put in place a very robust system of attracting persons to the ranks of the JCF.
The recently held Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Kigali, Rwanda, has provided opportunities for important bilateral talks between Jamaica and several other countries. That's according to Minister with Responsibility for Information, Robert Morgan, who was responding to questions about the visit during Tuesday's sitting of Parliament. He says Jamaica had approximately 26 bilateral meetings during the visit for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting with countries such as the Solomon Islands, Nigeria, Australia, New Zealand, and India. Mr. Morgan says Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith were able to have discussions with countries that Jamaica had not had bilateral engagements with for a long time.
We're able to reconnect with countries and further discussions on important matters that are to the benefit of the country. For example, the Ministry of Tourism was able to have discussions about the exchange of tourism plans and ideas with the Rwandan government, where there should be an announcement very soon by the Minister of Tourism about significant collaboration between the Rwandans and the Jamaicans.
The Information Minister has also outlined that the cost for the 16-member delegation to attend and participate at the summit was absorbed within relevant participating ministries. Meanwhile, the total cost of the campaign for Jamaica's candidature to the post of Commonwealth Secretary General was over $18.2 million.
So when the question is asked, how did Jamaica benefit? I will say that foreign affairs is not a single act. It is a continuing act that requires continued engagement with partners and continued reassurances of our good friendship with them. And I will suggest to you, member, that this engagement that we had has already started giving us benefit as a country.
The Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, has secured approximately $15.9 million in compensation in the first 5 months of the 2022-23 financial year on behalf of aggrieved consumers. The Commission's Chief Executive Officer, Dulcie Allen, made the disclosure during a recent JIS think tank.
We were able to secure on behalf of aggrieved consumers $15.9 million. Now, this is almost double what we collected, what we secured last year this time, where we secured $8.4 million.
She says the number of consumer complaints handled during the period also increased by 4%. Most of the complaints, 25.89%, related to electrical equipment and appliances. This was followed by the category of other services, which accounted for 22.11%, and utilities by 15.58%. Motor vehicles and parts complaints amounted to 10.95% of those received and accounted for the highest amount of funds secured. Meanwhile, the Consumer Affairs Commission is reporting an average 8.51% increase in textbook prices. The figure was revealed in the CAC's annual school textbook survey conducted between August 8 and 12 this year. Director of Research at the CAC, Raquel White, gave an update on the survey findings during a recent JIS think tank. She says it revealed that book prices in the Kingston metropolitan area increased by 7%, while rural towns recorded an 11% rise in prices. Mrs. White disclosed that more than half of the books that were surveyed showed between 1 and 10% price hikes, while a quarter went up by 11 to 20%.
There were some reductions, thankfully. Just over 1/10 of the books that we looked at reduced between 0.1% and about 10%. The largest reduction was about 21%.
The data from the survey is available on the CAC's website at cac.gov.jm or from the Commission's mobile app, which is available on Google and Apple Play stores. And finally, Minister of Education and Youth Fable Williams is pleading with parents to engage the dress code process in schools. Her remark comes in response to the commotion that occurred on Monday at Godfrey Stewart High School when students were turned away for violating the dress code. Parents objected to the school's rules about the length of pants and skirts worn by the students. Minister Williams addressed the matter while speaking to school leaders and students at the official start of the 2022-23 school year at Cedar Grove Academy on Tuesday. She voiced support for administrators who advocate for school discipline and said parents must engage to have their input factored in making the rules.
If parents believe that the rules are for a different era, the proper thing to do is to engage the process. Attend PTAs, parent-teacher consultation meetings, speak to the principal.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
That was a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It's Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Don't forget, at Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, you can stop by, and I'm imploring all my viewers and listeners, those who are here in this great USA called the Bronx, Mount Vernon, Brooklyn, Queens, wherever, because we are always commuting from one borough to the next. So I'm inviting you to support my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. They're simply the best in Jamaican food, and they offer, today is Thursday. I just like to read out the orders for you. So for Thursday, for lunch or dinner, because sometimes you may be running late, so you didn't get to eat at midday or 1 o'clock. So you can buy your oxtail or your brown stew fish or your baked salmon with chili sauce. So I'm asking you to go on over and place your order today. You can call them ahead of time, 718-324-7484, and when you do, let them know that you were listening to Inside the Zone with Lady D, and she says I'm to come over and buy my dinner. Okay? Just simple as that, and they will be too happy to serve you. I would like to keep my spot, so you need to help me keep the spot. How about that? What time is it? It is now 6:42 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Don't forget, at 7 o'clock, it will be Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And the subject says today, how some men so bare-faced. We'll figure that out at 7:30 p.m. in my segment from the Author's Zone. My interview is with Oral Patrick. He's the author of Restorative Healing Begins with Rest, Mind, Body, Spirit. And so he has wrote his story, and he will be sharing it with you this afternoon. We're going to get as much as we can in a half an hour, and he doesn't mind if while he's sharing his story, rather, you call him and we talk together. So he doesn't mind the interruption with a telephone call. Okay, just letting you know. So you have a full evening to get your notepads and everything, and you'll hear how Oral, I tell you, the Lord has a plan for you, Oral. That's all I can say. 6:44 p.m. Good evening to everyone. Got some more music for you. Did I tell you that it's Gospel Music Thursday? Hello.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on.
say it. I trust. Say it.
In you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonders.
You are the God of
You are the God of powerful.
You are the God of power.
I believe. Say it. I believe.
I believe.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
I believe. I believe. I believe.
Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on. Dance on the devil's head. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet. Everybody, let's go. I see you back there. Balcony, y'all gotta come on. Hey, come on. So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Come on, y'all, help me say it.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
So long. So long. Y'all catch it, everybody. Come on, say it. So long. Everybody in the building, raise it up, say it. So long. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
Let's go.
So long.
One more time, everybody in the building, say so long. So long. Hey, come on. So long. Goodbye to my pain.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
So long.
So long.
Just one more time in the balcony, everybody say it. Say it. So long. So long, bye-bye. So long. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
So long.
So long.
Let's go. So long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Say it. So long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Come on, say it. So long. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. Goodbye to my trouble.
No one does it better like Jonathan Nelson. No, sir. Gospel Music Thursday. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Center stage. I see Ryan dancing up a storm.
Say it, say, I believe. I believe, say it. Say it, y'all.
Yeah. 10 minutes to 7 o'clock. Good evening. That was Jonathan Nelson for you with I Believe. What a song. He's always good, though. Some of these guys, when they do something, it's just going to be good. There's no going around it. Good evening. Are you just joining? Welcome to Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. The show is brought to you by this evening Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. Hello to Carsa Tennant and her team.
Hi, this is Carsa Tenant Newell, owner of Aurora Real Estate Solutions. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or renting a home in New York City or the state of Georgia, I can help. Remember, real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. Call me at 914-573-1922 to find out more. That's 914-573-1922. Or follow me on Instagram at Carsa Tenant Newell. That's Carsa Tenant Newell. I'm looking forward to earning your business.
And don't forget, Carsa, she can also assist you with services with your landlord. Okay, so if you are a landlord, she can help you with that. If you're selling, and don't forget, she's in Georgia, and she's also licensed in New York State. So she wants to hear from you. And I'd like you, a lot of people are moving down to GA. Did you know that? Yes, bro, every little person now, they're either going up to Connecticut or down to Georgia or to Florida. What are your plans? Where are you going? If you're going to Georgia or you're coming up to New York and you want to invest in a property, then call Carsa Tenant. She can do virtual. She had a great virtual meeting last Saturday, and I was a part of it, and a few friends of mine. We listened to some vital information, some things we didn't even know about buying property, the things you need to pay attention to. And a gentleman had also given an example that if you are in the process of purchasing a home and you own a motor car and say you had an accident, they recommend that you do not go out and say you're going to buy a car because you're already purchasing a home. So they're going to be looking at all of that. How are you going to maintain, to manage this vehicle plus house? So there are certain do's and don'ts, and I learned that part. So hello to you, and you. Looking forward to having you pass on some business to my sponsor, Carsa Tenant Newell of Aurora Real Estate Solutions, Inc. Her number is 914-573-1922. That's 914-573-1922. And coming up at 7 o'clock is Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And the question is asked this evening, how some men so bare-faced. And I'll be sharing that letter with you, and you'll be able to tell me why you think that is so. Good evening to my YouTubers. I see you. I see you. I'd like to say hi to the avid listeners of Linkage Radio, day in, day out, 24/7, 365 days for the year. You are listening to this station. We thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for also tuning in to Inside the Zone. My telephone number to call me here is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. I saw Ryan dancing up a storm, so good evening. Hey, Laval. Saw Laval pop on, say hi, Lady D. And King Ryan and Oral is on, and I'll be interviewing Oral at 7:30 p.m. And Andrea out of Barbados, as always, is with me. Thank you, Andrea. So good evening to everyone tuning in. It's a great day. It's Thursday. Now, just a short discussion. I have 5 minutes to go. So this is what's in the zone. This is what's in the zone this evening. Sometimes I tend to talk fast. I don't know where that came from. Anyhow, it was in the newscast earlier, in the JIS News, and it has been on the lips and everybody's platform about the controversy surrounding the wearing of appropriate uniforms to school. Chris Wilby and I had our encounter here 2 Mondays ago. Then on Sunday, as I was listening to his radio show, he also had another intense discussion with a lady, who had called in, someone I suppose he knows. And they both held their points about whether or not it's irrelevant for some of these rules to still be that are still being enforced, and why rules shouldn't be maintained, because I'm one of those. I think if the school said don't put nothing in your hair, wear the uniform at a certain length, then just go on with it. No, you have what? A few years to go through the school system. It's not the fashion house, right? It's school. And some other people are of the view that, you know, these rules are archaic and they're coming from colonial ruling and things of that nature. So I wonder, what are your thoughts on this? Because it's taking over everybody's discussion. Every little person is talking about, you know, this uniform story. And I mean, I don't know where it will end, because now the education minister in Jamaica, Favor Williams, she is with the principals that they need to maintain their rules. And she says rules are rules. It's just something to listen to, how everybody has their own perception of it, you know, what they think would work, what will not work, who think that it should just be thrown out. It makes no sense, because I know that when I was going to school, especially high school, we couldn't show up in a mini skirt, right? But certainly you had girls who would wear their uniforms all the way to their ankle, and then there were those of us whose uniforms were just below the knee, like right in the bone part there, so of the knee. Invariably you had skirts above the knee. And we were not having any challenges at the time. I mean, there were quite a few. There were two girls, they were from Upper Clarendon. The moment they landed at Veer Technical, because they come from up in the bush there, so, and I guess their parents, that's how they wanted their uniforms. They didn't have no problem there. They were wearing ankle length uniforms in high school, as long as we can recall, and they did look nice in it. So the fact that, you know, you had a security guard being stabbed by a parent because, and there is that too, where the woman, they said her tights was a bit too revealing. You and I know very well that some people, when they wear the tights, it's almost like they should have just pulled it down, because you can see the contours and everything. I am of the view that they perhaps didn't want her to enter the school compound because maybe the boys would get distracted. It might just sound like it no make no sense, but there could be a myriad of reasons why they didn't want her to enter the school premises in the tights. Now, whether or not it did tight or not, they felt that was not the place to wear it come. Now, even, and I heard Chris and, you know, his guest talking about it, and, you know, they might wear the tights on the street and so on. If they won't wear it out the street, then they wear it out there. But, you know, coming into the school compound, I think you should even put on a jeans or something. Well, that's Denise, you know, because, yeah. That's what I have to say on the matter. But I just think that it kind of, everybody and their auntie talking about this thing, and I'm not too sure where it's gonna go, where it's gonna end up. Not sure at all. Good afternoon. Guess what? It's 7 o'clock. It's time for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Don't forget to call me, 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Welcome to the segment.
United, we're a fire burning
By now you know my track for this, don't you? And if you, no matter where you are and you are an avid listener of the show and of Mail Zone, you say, oh, it's Mail Zone time. Let me go. So I'm hopping on over into the mailbox. Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. Good evening, everyone. From the subject line, how some men barefaced so. Dear Lady D, last week Saturday, my boyfriend and I broke up. I listen to the letters you read each Thursday. I listen to the letters you read each Thursday and never knew I would write you this week. Life is so unpredictable. She goes on. Let us call him Tom. We went to the movie and bought popcorn and drink and went to the theater, as we were early and loved to cuddle with each other. You know, that's what people do in the movie theater. We watched as people came in and laughed if we saw something funny during intermission. Shortly before the movie started, he said he wanted to go to the restroom. The movie started and he did not return. I thought it strange and assumed he may have seen a friend and got caught up. However, almost 20 minutes later, he still had not come back, so I went to look for him. I walked the same way we came in and looked at everyone I saw in the theater, but no sign of him. I even asked a few men I saw coming out of the male restroom if they saw a young man who fit his description, but they said no. I became worried. I made a complaint to security, but they did not see him. I became agitated and was beside myself with worry. After speaking to the security guard, I decided to walk to the opposite side of the theater, though it would take me a little while to get back to where we were seated. As I walked past an aisle, I heard Tom's familiar laugh and stopped. My eyes searched in the dark to identify where the laughter came from, and then he spoke. 3 rows above, there was Tom, with his head in another woman's lap. My mouth opened, but no words came out. He saw me, jumped up, and started blabbering about how he ran into an old friend. Lady D, that was what the scheming man said to me in the dark theater. To make the whole thing worse, she asked him who I was. He stood there muttering nonsense and apologized to her. I felt my fists coil, and I lunged at him, punching him in the face. He fell backward, and I did not care where he fell. I heard her shouting and screaming. I continued to walk to my seat when I felt my hair pulled backward. When I spun around, it was the nonentity and skinny woman. Without warning, I slapped her Lady D so hard I thought her breath had stopped. I even surprised myself. At this time, the people in the theater were shouting, and 2 men intervened to break up the fight. Imagine me as a decent professional in a love entanglement in a theater. I backed off and told them it was okay and that I was leaving. I took up my pocketbook and walked out of the theater. I could not tell whether Tom had regained consciousness. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. I could not tell whether Tom had regained consciousness, and I did not care. The disgusting thing was that he chose to meet the woman in the same movie. and tried to engage us both at intervals. How some men so barefaced. Okay, that's the letter for today. Oh God. Oh, would you like to call me and share your comments about this? The telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Who will be my first caller? Because I would really like to have somebody call me. Here is this man. He goes to the movie theater. Well, you know, she broke up with him, right? That was her first sentence. She didn't even bother wait to tell us anything else. She just said we broke up. And so he has another girl on the other side. So clearly now, in my head, I'm thinking he arranged, so she come to movie too and sit over that side, right? And then he come to movie now with girl and sit. And you know, girl sit over on the other side, and so girlfriend and him over the opposite side. And so him get up now. He gets up. Both him soon come back, right? Same gone to restroom. And skip him little way gone over to the other side. No, the more I get these emails. Oh, Jesus. So, you know, she chose not to tell us where the movie theater is because we don't want to know, really. But anyway, I had to laugh right there, so, because the lick she lick him, she don't even tears. No, sir. All right. Hortense, you're online with me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you go first. To my second caller, please hold. Go ahead, Hortense.
Yes. No, when she says she feel like it's cold, one don't come it's get over.
I tell you.
Then he start Latina and he's like this thing. This woman who she is. And he's not telling all kind of nonsense.
Yeah, because he realized he get caught. Oh, Lord.
She walk away now, and when you realize woman come to lie here. You slap her
The wind. She thought she's locked the wind out of her. Oh, Lord. I tell you, this is too much. You can imagine now how he figured that he could be doing that nonsense. If you come out with me and I don't see you, am I not going to go look for you? And I don't know, I must say, maybe it's Jesus director around here. I don't know why she chose to walk on the other side.
God, I remember woman.
I tell you. All right. Hortense, you hold on. My second caller, how are you?
I am good, and you?
Hey there, Ed.
First thing, let me say, my device is working right now.
I am happy for you.
I felt so good.
Yes, good.
Really? That's what the purpose for I use. To protect her shape. She should just take off her shoes and beat him.
No, but you know, see, she give him one lick and him drop. So she...
I shoes would be better.
You ever see anything so though? Come on now. You're going to spend your whole evening hopping. No, man, he's going to spend his whole evening a hop from one side of the theater to the next. It better him send her into another movie. But it better him send her into another movie. Let her go into another movie. But... No, sir. She give him one lick, she not even look back yet to see if him dead or not. And then the little miss running to come pull the back of her hair. What is that? She just skip her. Oh, yeah. No, sir. These kind of triangle. Let me engage my third caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Lady D.
Hello there, Vernon.
How are you, beautiful?
I am good. You? What you see,
I'm
drama?
good. Good
Okay.
evening to each and every one listening to your station right now.
Yes, thank you.
That man have a mental problem.
Mm-hmm.
He should be in Bellevue, never to release.
I never hear nothing, so really.
That don't make any sense.
How you. That's what I'm saying. All he needed to do was to say, fine. If you make a pull something like this, so go one or the other the movie them in the place. Now come in at the same theater, come watch movie with me.
Yeah, that is very foolish.
No, that's
Because
why she
one
say
person
how
in the
some men
movie,
bare face so.
I think he's more retarded than the fool.
Oh, him just full of nonsense. Full of foolishness.
So when the movie finished, which one he was going to take home?
Ah. Same so. So I'm going to assume that the one he came in with and sat with, right, is the one he would leave with. Cause clearly the other little one just over so.
But you look at it, and the little one is the real one that she asked him who is her.
Well, but you know, she no same have girl. You know, she said the man is a two-timer. So she perhaps think it's she. I'm sorry. Hi. Oh, what tangled web we weave. All right. Thanks, Vernon. Okay, no problem. Thanks to both my callers.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Thank you, but guys, bye-bye. I have suddenly fallen to a very psychedelic setting here. I am going to be checking out what has gone awry. But nevertheless, we still have, you're hearing me, so that's good. Yes. Ryan. Oh, Jesus. No, man, we're still in progress, so that's good. So I think I just had a overload here. Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to say good evening to everyone tuning in. If you'd like to call me, here is this lady, you know, who she just broke up with him right away. And of course, she said it was last week, Saturday. I got the email in the week, so she said she just broke up with him. How you gone to movie theater? One girl on the right and I'm over here. And you tippy-toe gone over. But you gone to restroom. Lordy, I tell you, do you have a comment? 914-600-4228 at 7:30 p.m. I will be talking with Oral Patrick, and Oral and I will be I need to grab my book. Okay. Oral and I, man, we're going to have a conversation. So good evening to everyone. It's a good day. It is Thursday. If you don't mind, I need to take a quick music break simply because I need to go figure something out. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere.
Two hearts together, we're a harmony so right. knowing that we are a special pair.
Right on time, we're two of a kind, and heaven knows this love will grow stronger every day.
Perfect combination, love plus you and me. Perfect combination, we couldn't ask for any better. Perfect combination, we fit to a T. A perfect combination, with all it takes to last forever.
No problem. Good evening. How are you? Good evening.
Lady D.
Me know you couldn't help yourself. I saw the number. You Lord, Chris Wilby.
Good evening, how you doing?
Me there, bro. I am here being entertained by this this mail. You know, you get the mail, you read it. No, but hold on, no, Chris. So me get the mail, right? And me go through it because I read them before because me don't want no surprises. So I always read them and ensure which one works. But as I'm reading it, it just hit me. I had to just pause and chuckle a little bit.
For real. Now, couple of things. Listening into that thing there, is it? First and foremost, that man is a madman.
Stupid.
Let's put that out there. It's crazy because there's absolutely no way you're going to put that off, right? So it's crazy. But there's one thing that jumped out at me throughout the letter. You reading the letter, and from your response and the responses from the audience, is that you know me, I'm always controversial, so that's okay. It's all we live in a double standard society where the woman felt it. I mean, as terrible as his actions were, she felt justified by walking over and punching him. Now, I am looking at it from the other angle. At the tables turned and he walked over and punched her, I don't think we would have been laughing. I don't think anybody would have been saying that he deserved it, that she deserved it, or whatever. But I think somebody even said that, I think it's Ed, said that she should take off her shoes.
Our shoe. Ed.
That's why I feel I'm beating with it, right? I'm beating with it.
I'm sorry.
Now, we have been saying that about a man taking off his shoes
and beating a woman.
A woman, we would not. And but it just goes to show how we are as a society. We justify certain things, and we come out raging against others. You know, so I just want to put that out there, that even though some people may think that it deserves it for whatever, in my opinion, violence is violence. It doesn't matter who it is coming from. I would never condone violence against a man, nor would I condone violence against a woman. If the tables were turned, I wouldn't want the man to beat the woman, and I'm not in support of she beating him. Walk out, do whatever you must, but leave the violence out of it. That's my opinion.
All right, and I take that. And quite possibly you're right. However, you know, we're discussing it in the context of what it was, that it's the cheating part of it, as we know. And so the woman is so disgruntled, she just lick him. And I'm sure, yes, if it were a man and he slapped her, it would have been a big hoorah, even if she's deserving of it. And quite possibly the discussion would have taken another angle. So fair enough.
There you go.
No, I'm open to that. Fair enough. Again, as I said, even if she's deserving of the lick, right? If she had done it. So got you. No problem.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks.
Have
You
a good
too.
evening.
Alrighty. Who is my next caller?
Good afternoon, lady.
Hello.
Mr. Wilbur, good afternoon. I was thinking the same thing on the same line that Mr. Wilbur was. I wouldn't hit him. I am not a fighter, and I don't love to throw punches first because I don't want to be shamed out there. But what I would do, walk right back, pick up my bag, and leave both of them there because he couldn't come to my house because I seen him. I wouldn't hit him. I wouldn't hit none of them. No, I wouldn't. I'm not a, I'm not.
You're not a confrontational person.
No, I wouldn't. My first the first decision I would say, okay, is that Tom doing? I walk right back to where I was sitting, pick up my bag. That's why I we must have a little change in our pocket and call a cab or Uber or whatever it is and go straight home because I don't want any more evidence. I've seen Tom and Mary and that's all I wanted. So you stay with Mary and you don't come back to me because if you can carry both of us there, it's stupid. Him think from him waist down. Him not have nothing up in him head here. So you don't want a foolish man to deal with. Him couldn't defend me if anything, arise that is sensible because that is a foolish move.
Yes.
You have no sense.
Agreed.
All right. And the young miss that wearing tights, that wore tights to school. Come on now.
Is a parent, Is a parent, Is a parent, Is a parent who wore the tights.
But, the parent?
Not the student.
To the teacher, to the school? Oh, well, you know what you expect from that child. Because mama or mommy has to set the example. And if you are going before, going to a teacher and you wear that, if it's even one you can wear when you come, but you borrow it and hang it up back.
Yes.
I don't think that's
You
right.
don't agree with that. Okay, my love.
You present yourself. Lady D, let me finish quick. I've been to about 2 interviews. I used to take care of elderly since I came here. And the person didn't see me for about 3 of them. And after I spoke to them over the phone, they didn't meet me and they took me on of the other person that's working in there, took me to work and they never met me. Because when I went, I am presenting myself. I mean, the first go they see, one of them saw me and she called me one night and said, Gloria, I'm gonna take you. And she had 3 people went at her, 2 went before me. And when I went, the lady's mother-in-law wasn't there. And she said she's going to take me. The other person that I'm going to change with told her to take me, and she didn't. You have to present yourself, whether it's school or church or you have a child, because the same way you, the teacher see you, you're not going to expect any better from the children.
I hear you.
Okay? All right.
Thank you, my dear. Do I have another caller online?
You have the king waiting.
Oh, sorry, King. You have 2 minutes.
Well, one beat up a man for. Lady D, some of them women you know what they got in and then come around come up play like so they did have husband.
Okay.
This is not the first time they post a licky butter. The man licky all this time. I just right now he lick right down to the razor.
Well,
I don't know what the woman gonna create excitement in her theater for. She should have just go watch a movie, laugh and tell him and go on her yard. Or she gonna pass fight. You could have cost her life, could be the other way around that the woman could have taken up her boot and kill. She one lick and kill her. How that part go?
Yes.
Listen, to my man.
Ah.
Some of them not have them dog not have home training. So when they walk around with them dog choose to bite other people and lick other people's foot. But at them not train them dog right.
That's right.
Look at man.
All right,
She
sir.
should not be dusty, but she gone over the boat, she gone put on lick on somebody. The man could have, I must say one of them little soft, PR, man, because if I did see me kind of man, you know, I did on destruction. You know, put on no lick, no, me not laugh, lady D. If I did, I must want to look at PR, man, because if I did crazy person like me, lady D, and death and destruction, we are seeing nearer to be my God to be.
So see, here you have Chris agreeing with you. Same so king.
No, not put on no lip on nobody, you know, own nobody, you know, married to you know, sign documents and
Your name, no
time,
weird.
I just threw you naive and fool. But you can't put on liquor. You could have cast your one life. You're lucky the woman and the man are idiot, but you're not going to win. Then and I win them, I'm going to knock out of you the next time. Be careful, they go now when I put on people. This game abolish long time.
All right, me love you. Gonna run.
Later.
Alrighty. That's king for you, you know, Ryan. Lordy, good afternoon. That's a wrap for keeping you in the know. Oh, no. Denise, get it together. That's a wrap for Mail Zone. I'm all the way in Monday. Lord, I wonder if it's this slap get me out the wind out of me. So hello. I'm sorry. 7:28. Good evening, everyone.
Two hearts together, we're a harmony so right. Two sparks united, we're a fire burning bright.
For the truth, always brand new. Back from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything.
Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination.
Yeah, that's a wrap for Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is center stage, I tell you. Oh, Jesus. So Chris says, hey there, Sister Morrison. So nice to see you. Chris says, it's improper, but she was well within her rights to wear it. It's a government institution paid for by, we are talking about the lady in the tights. It is a government institution paid for by tax dollars. Right, we hear you. Let me go to the phone line. Good evening. Welcome to Inside the Zone.
Hello, good evening.
Oral?
This is Oral indeed, yes.
How are you, Oral? Good evening to you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
I'm not hearing you clear enough. I need to hear you really loud.
Let me try and...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7:30 p.m. Are you with me now?
Yes, can you hear me better?
A little. It just sounds a little low. I don't know why. But anyway, we're good. So 7:30 p.m. Welcome everyone to, oh Lord, from the Author Zone. My guest this evening is Oral Patrick. So Oral, welcome to Inside the Zone again. It's my pleasure. I know it's your first time, is it not?
Yes, it is indeed my first time, and it's really a pleasure, and I feel very honored to be on the show with you. And I just want to say hello to the global audience, such a wonderful audience, and you know, it's just such a pleasure to be on with you to share my story.
All right, thank you so much. And you know, I have a quick PSA for them, you know, because Oral and I attended, well, we're past students of the Vere Technical High School, located in Hayes in Clarendon, and we attended school just a few years ago, right, Oral?
Yes, just a few.
Few.
Years ago.
Yes, the operative word few.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody must here say, oh, you all wish. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have our discussion. But you know something, Oral, I thought of this song and I said, let me just, use it as our introduction this evening because I know that things are happening, you know.
Yeah. Let's hear that song. I think it will be good.
Let me start that one, yeah. Like how Martin Luther King would have started. My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell you my dream is to live my dream. Hear the most I in me sleep when me save. Tell you my goal, my goal, my goal. All of my goal is to reach my goal. Live a happy life, put it on me headstone. Nobody no fi cry over me dead. Look at me now, when them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle.
So,
look at me now, look at me now.
Yeah, that's how we started off for you, Oral, this evening. They didn't know what would happen, right? So let's start off. They don't know what we're talking about here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Author's Zone. Again, my guest is Oral Patrick, and he's the author of Restorative Healing Begins with Rest, Body, Mind, Spirit. Who knew?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me, Lady D. I appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yes, but it's still like you could have been a little bit louder. Not sure why. But anyway, now I want to say, who knew your book would have been on the way to the bestsellers list, or it has already made the bestsellers list? Because I need to have it as my hot off the press news here on Inside the Zone.
Yes, it is. It made the bestsellers list and your bestsellers list. And thanks to you and your efforts, and thanks to all those who assisted me in publishing the book. So I'm very honored and humble.
Yes.
About this achievement.
Wonderful, as you should. Now, how do you feel about the reviews to date?
Yes, so far the reviews on Amazon.com and Barnes and Noble have been very good. Several persons have read the book and they have benefited from it, obviously, and as a result of that, they were able to get help, and so the reviews is reflective of the benefit and the help that the book has given them.
Mm-hmm.
So I am glad that the message of healing is going out there, because that's the purpose, to bring a message of healing to the people and to the world.
Absolutely. Now the truism, expect, the unexpected, hit you on September 10th in 2001. But what happened after was a whole nother story. So take us through the September 10th experience.
Yes, on September 10th, I went to work. It was a normal day, and my manager called me into the office very early and told me that they're in the process of laying off workers, but I just happened to be the first one to go. So whether or not you want to call it layoff or fired, I don't know. It doesn't matter. He basically terminated my employment, and I just collected my stuff and, was escorted through the door by the security guard. And I just said, oh, well, that's good. I know that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord. So I just went out and just accepted my fate.
And they just fire you on the spot that day?
On the spot, no warning, no notice. They just he just terminated me.
And so you need to now lead us into where were you working and why there's a significance, concerning that day and the day after.
Yes, that was September 10th, and I was terminated. And if you, for those of you who will get the book or who have the book, you will see a copy of my business card. It was Lava Trading. I worked on the 86th floor of the World Trade Center, One World Trade Center, and I was working there for some time, and I was terminated, and so I, said, well, I'm out of a job, have bills to pay. So the next day, I'm coming into the city to pretty much hand out resume and network again and try to see if I can, reboot and start afresh. And that was when, all the stuff from 9/11 went down.
But where were you when it happened?
At first, I was on my way into the city, and I very close to the city, coming towards the downtown area, and I saw the smoke from the first tower, and the news station added that a small plane had flown into the building or something. So, I was still going in, and whatever it might be, might not be that bad.
Right.
And as I got closer, and listened to the news, the second plane hit. And that was when it occurred to me that at that point I was very close to the downtown area, and I was very close, and so all of that exposure. In fact, from the time the first plane hit, without me knowing, of course, all the ambulance and the paramedics started to come close and to be in and try to see if they could rescue the fire workers. And all of that burning. So because I was so close in the downtown area, I was just exposed to all of that smoke and the burning and all the scent and all of that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
It's very, very heartbreaking, very tragic story. And my heart goes out to all the victims of 9/11 and their families, and all those who suffered loss during this time.
Yes, and our interview is so well timed, and the release of your book as well, because people have been able to read it, and now that's September 11 passed a few days ago, people have gone to the book and said, oh my goodness, can you imagine oral could have been. So do you believe that God spared your life for a specific purpose?
Yes, most definitely. I don't think it's by happenstance. I think God has a purpose in everything. And even though I was angry and upset with all of the stuff that went down before, now I see exactly what God was doing. And there's a saying that all things were made to be broken. And as we take up the pieces, we can even make something more beautiful with the broken pieces. And so it was, I believe God has a purpose for my life, and it is to share the message of healing, because after I recovered, I shared my story with so many people and share the techniques of how I recovered, and they put it to practice, and they got so much help. They recovered from some of their illnesses, and so they wanted me to write a book that they could spread this message to a wider audience. And subsequent to that too, the Lord allowed me to found the ministry, the Word of Wisdom Ministry, in Teaneck, New Jersey, in northern New Jersey, and I'm so glad that I can bring the message of hope to people on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. People who have been affected in different ways, God is allowing me to share the message of hope with them.
Wonderful. And something, you got sick. You had, what were the evidence?
Yeah, just by being exposed. In fact, in the ensuing weeks and months following the 9/11 tragedy itself, I was in the area looking for friends. I was by the St. Vincent Hospital on 12th Street, just trying to see if any one of my friends would emerge. As you know, the cell phones were down at the time. We were just trying to see who was in the building, who got out, who was sick, trying to contact families. And just by being around the smoke and all of that dust, I developed breathing problems, asthma. I developed severe skin problem, eczema, and it was so terrible. I mean, in addition to these physical problems, there was also just the emotional stress of from all the things that I saw. It was so traumatic, and there was a lot of anxiety and PTSD was developing as a result of all of that stuff. And oh my goodness, and I thank God that I recovered, because so many people did not recover, and so many people today are even suffering PTSD from 9/11, and even our recent pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. The PTSD and the anxiety that people develop from all of that, is really taking a toll.
Yes. Oh my goodness. If you're just joining in, welcome to From the Author's Zone. My guest is Oral Patrick, and the book is titled Restorative Healing Begins with Rest, Body, Mind, Spirit. And I'd like you to do a read for me, Oral. But before you do, I'd just like to ask you, of the three themes, body, mind, and spirit, which one impacts you the most?
I like mind. Mind is a healer, mind is a killer, they say. They're all connected. Yes, they're all connected. And, just to kind of put my story in perspective, after I got so ill and so sick, I tried the conventional approach. I went to my doctor and he would give me some antihistamine and tell me to come back in a few weeks. That did not work. And so at that point, I almost gave up because, I was having this breathing difficulty. So many people die recently and continue to die throughout the years. I didn't know if I was going to make it. And so I said, listen, it seems as if conventional medicine was not working. So I wanted to try something non-pharmaceutical. And so I lay in bed.
Oh, we lost him. He'll give me a call back. Okay. Of course, you have been tuned into From the Author's Zone. It's Third Thursday, and I've been talking to Oral Patrick, but he's calling me back now. Welcome back, Oral. We apologize for the break.
Yes.
In transmission. Go ahead.
After being sick for many weeks and months and not getting a recovery, I lay in bed and very little to eat or drink, and I was just meditating. I said, no, this is not going to be my hand. I believe I'm going to be healed. I'm going to believe I'm going to be restored. I believe I'm going to breathe properly. I believe that my skin is going to clear up. And after that period of just meditating and fasting, after a week or two, I saw such a dramatic break. So it's very important, the power of meditation, the power of the mind. And what I get to understand that the body has so much healing energies within it. But many times we expend those healing energies on digestion, on procreation, on recreation, and so on. But if we ever allow ourselves to rest, then those healing energies will go towards repairing the body, healing the body, and basically soothing the body and bringing it back to a state of homeostasis. So I think the mind is very powerful, and once the mind is in place, then it will get the body in shape.
Because,
Absolutely.
so many times in this world we're living out of fear and anxiety, and that fear and anxiety, for instance, is giving us like heart problems. The mind does affect the body.
Oh, wow.
And so it's very important to meditate, on the things that are good, the things that are wholesome, and that will in turn connect us to God and the super consciousness, and allow our body to function the way it should function.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that so much. If you would like to call, he's open to questions. If you'd like to call Oral, the telephone number is 914-600-4228. That's 914-600-4228. I'd like you to do a read for us now, Oral.
Yeah. Is there any particular section you want me to
No,
read?
you can just choose.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to read a part at the back of the book which has a very good summary of the book and basically what the book is about.
Okay.
Am I coming through clearly?
You're still a little low, but we're hearing, so go ahead.
Okay. The increase in degenerative conditions like hypertension, dementia, depression is forcing us to find creative ways to heal. After being exposed to the toxins from the 9/11 at the World Trade Center, I developed chronic eczema and bronchitis. Additionally, I was depressed from the emotional and social disconnect that I was experiencing from separation from my loved ones. Even though toxicity is ubiquitous in the environment today, we can be healed by resting the body, mind, and spirit. The recent COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the flaws within the health system. After trying different medications with unsatisfactory results, I experienced a significant recovery after lying in bed a full week on largely a water-based diet and doing meditation. This allows the mind, the body, and the spirit to rest and heal. The body is always attempting to revert to a state of balance and homeostasis if given the chance. Additionally, no matter how healthy the body is, if one's mind and spirit is out of balance, and that person lives in fear, the body will be thrown off balance and become ill. Resting body involves fasting and getting the proper circadian-based sleep. During this time of sleep, the inner self-healing energies of the body that normally goes towards digestion and activities are prioritized to cleanse the body and restore to health. As a result, the blood sugar level are normalized, and research shows that the body can then produce growth hormones and stem cells to repair itself. When we live in fear and stress, the body systems are overwhelmed and overworked. But meditation can calm the mind and emotion. The ultimate bliss that we seek is found by living our life authentically and fearlessly.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. You know something, people talk about meditation a lot of times, and we find it difficult to spend the time to just be in isolation, not necessarily in terms of location, but even in our own workspaces or at home. If you're driving or wherever, you can just pause for a moment and meditate and clear the mind, because I find that if we, even for me, my job will dictate that I have to sit there before a computer screen because there's so much I have to do on that particular device, that if I'm not careful, I will sit there for hours without getting up. So what I have started to do is to get up and go walk a little bit. Every now and again I get up and I get some sunshine outside and, pause for a moment so that I can recalibrate and come again. So I understand, I'm understanding, and so are our listeners, that the healing process requires that as well. Because if you're stressed and fearful, it will impact our nervous system and name it, everything else, the organs, all of that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying there is very important, and the other thing too is the power of sleep, resting.
Yes.
You see, the body was designed to rest and sleep during the night. And our bodies have developed this pattern over many decades and centuries of going to bed when it's dark, waking up when it's light. And if we break that pattern, the body doesn't really function that well. So we need to get the proper amount of sleep, because it's during sleep that our bodies get repaired and restored. So we need to sleep right, and we need to avoid all of this toxic stuff. A lot of times you might find, for instance, fast food to be easier to come by, but a lot of times these foods that are manufactured in the plant, they do not have the water levels and the nutrient levels to sustain the body. So the body basically perceives them as toxins. So it's very important that we get those two in place.
Right. And time is winding down on us. Who are the people who worked on the book with you?
I must say a big thank you to all my family members who helped me to basically edit the book and to make valuable contributions and suggestions. And especially I would like to thank my daughter Deborah Patrick. She attended the Harvard Global Vision College, and she was able to do some of the research to back the stuff that I have in the book, because the information that I have in the book is not just fly the night, as they would call it.
Right.
These stuff are backed by years of research and experimentation, and she provided a lot of those research and experimentation.
Yes, congrats to her. Yes.
Yes. Also, my daughter, Esther Patrick, she is a graphic artist, and she has a company, Transmedia. She was involved in designing the book cover, designing a lot of the diagrams within the book. So I must say how much I appreciate her input. And all those folks who have helped me in minor ways and major ways.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I know you're from Jamaica. Where in Jamaica you're from again?
I'm from Olava, St. Catherine.
Okay.
I grew up with, meager means, and I went to Great Technical High School, and I wanted to get away from that and have a better life. So I studied very hard, and I received a scholarship from Alpha Minerals to attend the University of the West Indies, and I really am appreciative of that.
Yes, congratulations.
So, yeah, we are from there, and that was where we have that connection from there, right there. Right.
That's right. Thank you. So, do you have another project coming up?
Yes. First of all, I'm developing an audio version of the book, and then I'm going to develop an online course where we could study more about restorative healing, because especially in this time after the pandemic, people need to be healed on not just physical level, but also mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and even financially, I must add.
Yes.
And so I'm developing a course to, bring out some of that information. And in the works, I'm going to have a series of books and a series of restorative books that tells us to get restoration in different areas and so on. So
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Well, something, there is a fun segment I have that I do with each and every person who I have to interview. And I need a one-word answer from you. No 2 words and sentence, just one word. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. The first word, termination.
God sent.
You know what? Oral. One word.
Destiny.
All right. Fine. Decision.
Firm.
Broken.
Rebuild.
I didn't hear you.
Rebuild.
Okay. Empathy.
Connection.
Family.
Love.
Change.
Cycle.
Hope.
Faith.
Love.
Kindness.
And finally, Oral Patrick.
Healing.
Huh?
Healing.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. You did good. And I thank you for, allowing me to interview you and for my autographed copy of my book. I appreciate it. And tell persons where they can get their copy.
Yeah, I must say thank you, Lady D, for agreeing to interview me. I feel extremely honored and humbled, and I am really honored to be with such a great audience out there listening. The global audience, I call you guys. And this book is available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. It's also available at BalboaPress.com or anywhere books are sold. And I'm really appreciative of the support because it is the help that people have been getting from the book that they tell me that, listen, I want to share this message of healing to a wider audience. And so you should write the book, and that's the reason why you write the book. So share the message of healing, that the world can be a better place and that we all can be healed on all levels.
Thank
so I
you.
really want to thank you very much for this opportunity.
And it
Appreciate
has
so
been
much.
of course, and it's been my pleasure. So as we say, walk good, Oral.
Walk good, my dear. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Sure, take it easy. Alrighty, that was Oral Patrick, restorative healing. I gather that there is a bit of a echo or something, but thankfully, we were still able to carry through with the interview. 1 minute to 8 o'clock. Isn't that nice? You spent Thursday with me, another Thursday. I am so appreciative. What would I do without you all? I would be here by myself. That would not be a good thing. I have company. So thanks to everyone. So may I come go my yard now before they said, go on up or dark yourself up. Lordy, when people see me, they don't understand how I used to just busy as a child. Busy? Anyway, but this coming Saturday for Saturday morning runnings, yeah, we go live at 10 a.m. And you don't want to miss out on Saturday morning runnings this week because we're going to be talking about politics then and now. We're going to be talking about politics then and now. You remember the days of your politics? And you compare it to now, what is it like? Stark difference. So, looking forward to seeing you Saturday morning on the YouTube channel Inside the Zone with Lady D. And my girls and I will be there informing you and having bouts of laughter in between. Can't help yourself. So blessings to everyone. I'd like to thank my sponsors.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Hi, Hi, this is Carson Tennant Newell, owner of Aurora Real Estate Solutions. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or renting a home in New York City or the state of Georgia, I can help. Remember, real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. Call me at 914-573-1922 to find out more. That's 914-573-1922. Or follow me on Instagram at Carsa Tennant Newell. That's Carsa Tennant Newell. I'm looking forward to earning your business.
I'd like to thank you all once again for joining me here on Inside of the Zone Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Hop on over, won't you, to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com and check out Chris Welby from 8 to 10. I'm going to hop on over the moment that I get off. Looking forward to being back here on Monday to do it all over again with the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Blessings, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. See you, God willing, on Monday.
Brian Mark, you don't know, so when Christ start the lion talk, DJ Nicholas, and it's only the clean way the lion walk.
One clean, Father, Son, Holy Ghost out of the clean team. Everybody want join the dream team. This on a dream, me I tell you the real team. Alright, walk out like my beard in the snow. And the snow just saw the blood of Jesus flow. Flow from my head straight down to my toe. Jesus Christ, the Lord of the flow, woman know. Alright, praise God, put it on a GoPro.
Number one radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. Best music for your listening pleasure.
There are radio stations within the ear, but to this, none can compare. Trying to figure what to think, because now with us, you're fully linked. Stay linked to Linkage Radio, your home for entertainment.
This station rules the